Lilac Kitty has all types of Reddit stories that will make you think, cry and laugh. Only real stories.
Found punctured condoms. Am I paranoid or just unlucky? I 26 and my GF 30 have dated for approximately 4.5 years. She is great and I love her, and this relationship with her has been great after my previous abusive ex. Last week my friend was over and we decided to make his son a cool hovercar of sorts with propulsion. We completed 90% of the car throughout the week. Today, when his son was over, he said he would like that if it could stand stationary in the pool when powered off. Me and my friend thought to use an inflatable tube for this. Well, we did not have a tube, so I decided I'll just use some condoms since balloons burst easily, fill them up with helium, and put them in a netted bag. This was our game plan. I grabbed a few condoms and started filling them with helium, and this wasn't working. So I filled it up with water and there was a leak. Both me and my friend laughed out that me and my GF missed a huge one. I grabbed the next condom and it also had a leak. Tried this with the 10 condoms I had and they all were broken. Mind you, this was a pack of 12 and I had used 2 with my GF. At this point, I'm going crazy and my GF doesn't know about this. Either she deliberately punctured these condoms or I'm just an unlucky dude who got a defective batch. My friend said the latter is very unlikely and I should ask her to come over from her mom's and take a pregnancy test. I'm freaking out right now and can't seem to wrap my head around what just happened. We both have previously discussed that we don't want children, and next month I would be getting a vasectomy anyway. I have this gut feeling that she might have changed her mind about never having a child and did this, but I don't know for sure and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. How likely is it that a whole batch is defective? Any advice on how to go about this situation? I don't want to make her feel like I'm accusing her, but I also want the honest truth. Help?
My brother and I, 15 and 14, don't want to live with our mom anymore and maybe like our stepmom more. Please help. I could really use some advice. I'm new to Reddit and created a throwaway account, hope that's okay. I'm 14 meters and my brother Henry is 15. Our parents divorced about 3 years ago, they're both in their late 40s. I have a lot of feelings about everything that's going on and I'm hoping you guys can help me sort them out and figure out what to do. Both Henry and I are pretty sure our father had an affair before my parents divorced. While we're both a little mad about that, we actually both understand. I doubt he went looking for anything, it was probably just something that happened maybe ? Our mom is not a great person. Don't get me wrong, she's not a bad person, plus she has a ton of friends and everyone likes her. She's really social, I guess you could say. Except for her family. She's really hard on us, especially Henry. Like, really hard. Before the divorce, my dad, who is a doctor and works long hours at a hospital, spent most of the time caring for us even when he worked a 24-hour shift or been on call the night before. Like, he helped us with most of our homework, he made dinner a lot, he did all the laundry, he went to all of our games, and took us to our games when he could. Like, he's always there for us. My mom is a stay-at-home mom, but she doesn't really do much. She's the head of the TA and that takes up all of her time, but even before that she didn't do much other than take us to school and sometimes games. Sometimes she's make dinner. Mostly, she'd yell at Henry, drink wine, and fall asleep watching TV with the wine. She's a good person and a good mom, she's just super hard on us. All she does is yell and we're not even bad. She just seems angry at us all the time. The only time I would see my parents get into it is when she was being hard on us and he would say something. But even then she would just always walk all over my dad. Like, she would blame him for her yelling at us. It didn't even make sense. He's really nice but just doesn't like confrontation, I guess. He doesn't fight, ever. He'll talk to somebody sternly, but he doesn't get mad. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I guess they were in counseling for maybe a year, then my dad made the decision to separate. I don't think we would have even known it was his decision except we overheard them talking about it. We heard him tell her that she never put any effort into the counseling, would make big decisions without even talking to him, then just cry when he got upset about it to get out of it. I guess buying the house that they had just before the divorce was a big problem for him. Like he was mad about it or something? Like that was the last straw, I think. She made an offer on the house that was way above what they discussed. She accused him of cheating and he denied it. That was kind of it. Then they told us a little bit later they were separating and Dad was moving out in a couple of weeks. We were sad, but honestly we understood. I think we're only mad because he left us with her. But the thing is, I think it was really bad for him and he just couldn't take it anymore. I saw him once crying in the garage. He didn't know I saw him though. I've never seen him cry before. So he moved into a different house and we would visit him a lot. A couple of times I put on one of his sweatshirts and it smelled really nice, like perfume. About a year after he left my mom and maybe 6 months after the divorce, he told us he was dating again, someone special, and asked us how we felt about it. I remember being mad, but it's been okay. I don't see him any less. So about a year after that, we met her. I think it's the same woman because she smells like the sweatshirts. Her name is Emma, but we call her Emmy. She's really pretty. Like a model, one of the prettiest people I've ever seen, even prettier than girls in magazines. I wanted to not like her, but she's great. She's really nice and she's smart too. But what I mean about her being nice is that she's like patient and just really nice. Henry and I messed up once big time and ruined a cake she had made. It was on accident, but it still was ruined. She actually laughed about it and said it was no big deal. Like our mom would yell at us for 10 minutes and then make us feel bad about it for a long time. Like mom will bring it up later to punish us a second and third time. If that makes sense. So Emmy is pretty awesome. She's soft-spoken like my dad and sometimes can help me with my algebra homework. We get along pretty well. Emmy comes from a big family in California that's super wealthy. Like they have a ski lodge in Colorado and a house in London and a couple of places in California. We've gone to her parents' house once and it's great. It's huge and right by the beach. They're really nice and they taught us how to do some stuff like horseback ride and surf. They also have a tennis court so Henry can play all he wants. It's a lot more fun. So basically, Henry and I don't want to live with our mom anymore. Since the divorce she drinks more and sleeps a lot. Our friend's mom usually takes us to school and takes me to practice. Henry's friend's mom usually takes him to practice. Our mom just drinks wine and goes to Thai and sits by the pool with friends. When she talks to us it's honestly only to yell at us. I made a chart to see how much she yelled and the only time she didn't in 1 week was to say good morning to us. Everything else is yelling and we can't take it anymore. My dad and Emmy are getting married and she's going to move in with him after that. They're going to be buying a house close to the hospital where my dad works and where she volunteers. We want to move in with them and I know they wouldn't care. They like us, Emmy too. So how can we do that? Can we even do that? If anyone should go, it definitely should be Henry first. Mom is really hard on him 24/7. I think she might hate him. I feel bad for my mom, I do. She's nice to her friends. But how do we tell her? I feel like such a shitty son, but she makes my life awful. Our dad is so nice to us and so is Emmy and they both care. They never yell and when they're mad they just talk. It's just so much easier and no OE is mad at anyone, but I don't want my mom's drinking to get worse or to make her sad. Is that possible? And what do we do about Emmy's family? My dad's parents died a long time ago and he doesn't really have other family. They love him loads and we love spending time there. My mom hates them and Emmy too. Like hates. What do we do? Because she thinks that Emmy took dad away and now everyone's life is way better with Emmy instead of mom. She says she can't compete with Emmy, that she's not as pretty or wealthy. She says that Emmy is just being nice to us until dad marries her, but I don't think so. I never saw my dad look at my mom the way he looks at Emmy, plus Emmy volunteers a bunch with like old people and at the hospital. That can't be fake, right? I think my mom is just angry. I know we can choose legal to live with our dad. But should we? How bad would my mom feel? Would it be okay? What we would actually say to her? Please help. Serious.